Okay, people, good morning. Now, lighta na konjam. Super ma, Harini. Lighta konjam place change panna. Please cooperate. Please cooperate. Ma, Maha. இல்ல மகா இல்ல வேற பேர் உங்களுது என்ன பேர் உங்களுது உங்களுக்கு பின்னாடி சுகந்திக்கு பின்னாடி மா நீதாம்மா உங்களதாம்மா மகா தானே வாங்க முன்னாடி வாங்க பக்கத்துல நீங்க அருணா இப்போதைக்கு எல்லோ சுடிதார் கம் ஃப்ரண்ட் ஏஞ்சல் கம் ஃப்ரண்ட்மா கம் ஃப்ரண்ட் புவிஷா கோ பேக் சுகந்திக்கு சுகந்தி தானேம்மா சுகந்திக்கு பக்கத்தில் உட்காருங்க ஏஞ்சல் ஃபஸ்ட்டு 2 ரோஸில் எங்கேயாவது ஒரு உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச மாதிரி ஒரு இடம் யாருமே சீட் தர மாட்டாங்க எழுப்பிடுங்க யாரும் உங்களுக்கு எழுப்பணும்னு தோணுதோ எழுப்பிடுங்க எழுப்பிட்டு பின்னாடி அமைச்சிட்டு உட்காருங்க தப்பே கிடையாது எஸ் இவங்க பேர் என்னம்மா உங்கள் பேர் என்னம்மா கனி கலை கலை செல்வி கலை 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 கலையோட பிளேஸில் உட்காருங்க கலை நீங்கள் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஸ்பெஷல் சேர் ஒரு சேர் எடுத்து இங்கே போட்டு முன்னாடி உட்காந்துருங்க தனியாக எஸ் தீபிகா இஸ் ஆல்சோ சிட்டிங் அலோன் தீபிகா புல் அ சேர் ஃபார் யோர் செல்ஃப் ஆஸ் வெல் அஸ் ஃபார் கலை ஆமாம் எஸ் வெரி குட்மா வெரி குட் இந்த பக்கம் பிரவீன் வா முன்னாடி வா ஏன்ஸ் வா நியூ பாய் கம் யாரையாவது ஒருத்தர் எழுப்புடா யார் உனக்கு எழுப்பணும்னு தோணுது எழுப்பு சரி உட்காந்துக்கோ எஸ் நியூ பாய் யூ வில் சிட் என்னடா நீ சாக்ரிஃபைஸ் பண்ணுறியா உன்னோட சேரை சரிடா ஓகே யூ புல் அ சேர் அண்ட் கம் சிட் ஹியர் ஓகே பாலாஜி ஏந்திரு ஓகே வேர் யூ வாண்ட் டு சிட்மா அது முடியாது அது வந்து ஆப்ஷனில் கிடையாது ஓகே ட்ராக் அ சேர் சிட் பிசைடு அப்துல் ஓகே 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 ஆல் பர்ஃபெக்ட் ஆல் பர்ஃபெக்ட் ஸோ குட் மார்னிங் பீப்புள் ஹவ் வாஸ் த அக்கவுண்ட்ஸ் கிளாஸ் சூப்பர் என்ஜாய்டா சரி ஓகேம்மா எஸ்டர்டே 3 people கேம் ஒன்று வந்து பிரவீன் இன்னொன்று வந்து சாய் சரண் இன்னொன்று வந்து கமில் தே கேம் அண்ட் ஆஸ்க் ஃபார் அ வேலிட் டவுட்டு எனக்கே ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருந்தது அவங்க கேட்ட கொஸ்டின் என்னென்னா மேடம் நீங்கள் எல்லாத்துலேயும் வந்து இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு சின்ன கான்செப்ட் படிக்கிறோன்னா அந்த கான்செப்டில் எல்லாத்துலேயும் 2 லைன் மட்டும் மார்க் பண்ணுறோம் இல்லையா 2 லைன் 3 லைன் அது மட்டும் மார்க் பண்ணுறோம் இல்லையா ஸோ இதை மட்டும் நான் எழுதுனா எனக்கு எப்படி மார்க் வரும்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க திஸ் இஸ் த கொஸ்டின் தே ஆஸ்ட் correct very good question clap hands good very good ma but let me tell you ipo nama school la vandu for example what is a who is a debtor abdina you will write 5 lines yes or no okay இன்னொரு example what is brs again you will start writing 5-6 lines but in CA exams you cannot expect such kind of questions able to understand appo what kind of questions you may expect sir first thing differentiation kind of questions will come இப்போ வரைக்கும் நம்ம பார்த்த differentiation question என்ன agreement and contract then straight questions may come straight questions na example give me all the essentials of valid contract how many points are there 11 points are there now in the question எத்தனை மார்க்கு கேட்பாங்க 6 மார்க்கு கேட்பாங்க 6 marks they may ask isn't it அப்போ 6 marksக்கு on 11 points is it possible to write on each point 5-6 lines which is given as per the book not possible not possible so what we will do is we will write all the 11 points with a small description of what is that subtopic example two parties are mandatory for starting any contract and one should be offerer one should be acceptor close it there able to understand ma'am appo evlo points irundalo still we will be able to give all the points Able to understand? If the question says write any 6, write any 10, அப்படின்னு question கொடுத்தா கூட it is very very difficult to write each and every point, at least in each and every subtopic, each and every point giving 6-7 lines is very very critical. Bookலயே உங்களுக்கு 6 lines இருக்கு. When you start writing in your notebook, it will go up to 8-10 lines. இல்லையா? Yes or no? அப்போ ஒரு டாபிக்கு if we want to write 8 or 10 lines, each and every subtopic, அதாவது two parties, agreement, consideration, free consent, இப்படி ஒவ்வொரு டாபிக்கும் if you are going to write 8 to 10 lines, it will take 25 minutes to write for 6 marks question. Possible? Possible illa, and it is not right also. How much time should I take, madam, for writing a 6-mark question? Anywhere you do any question, any in accounts, whatever may be the subject, okay, for every 1 mark you can write 1.25 minutes. Able to understand ma? Clear? Abdina, for a 6 marks question you might hardly write 8 to 9 minutes only. 8 to 9 minutes. Apo now think and say I should give at least 6 to 8 points, and under each and every point I should write the description. அப்படி எழுதும்போது will I be able to complete the answer within 8 to 9 minutes? Possible, very much possible. Okay, இந்த 8 to 9 minutes கூட எனக்கு writing speed வரல அப்படின்னா then something wrong with us. We have to improve our writing practice. Able to understand ma? Ma'am, அப்போ இந்த மாதிரி questionக்கு marking 2 lines in each area, very good. What if I miss some valid point in the next half of the answer? Adana, out of 6 lines, first 2 lines you are saying, what about this line and this line? If at all there's anything that is important here, I will miss it, no, isn't it? But don't worry, whatever is explained in the first 2 lines is again rephrased in the 3rd and 4th line, usually 90% of the cases. If not, they would have given any details which is not of much relevance for us. Able to understand ma? Clear? Example, they might have elaborated an item, but it is not applicable for you at this level. It may be applicable at the inter level. அப்போ அதை பற்றி question இப்போ வராது. Able to understand? Clear? புரியுதா எல்லாருக்கும்? அப்போ என்ன பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, ideally we are preparing conceptually as well as memorizing also within the class. Clear everyone? Ma'am, what if I face a case study based question? What is a case study based question? They will ideally give us a situation. And the situation la, whoever the characters are, what is the contention of that person? Whether what do you think as a chartered accountant? What do you think? Whether he is right or not. இப்படி தான் question வரும். Ma'am, give me an example. Ma, contract between husband and wife. Husband filed a case. Able to understand? Now, when you say contract between husband and wife, what should strike for you? Social contract. Okay? அப்போ social contract explain பண்றதுக்கு நம்மளுக்கு 2 line sufficient. Able to understand? Now, we have to also see for what marks that case study is being asked for us. Option number 1, it be asked for 6 marks, and second is they might ask it for 4 marks or 6 marks. Able to understand? When it comes to 4 marks, ideally you will be writing only one side. Already நேத்து சொன்னேனா, one side of the paper you will use, and if it is for a 6 marks question அப்படினா, maybe 2 or 3 provisions may be intervened and asked. Okay, ஒரு provision மட்டும் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணாம, it might have been tweaked with other 2 provisions, and you might have to write extra provisions. Therefore, you might exceed 1 page and also continue in the back side of the page. Already solirken. But when I am writing for this 4 marks, again their question might come in the 2 lines vechi na eppadi or full page fill பண்றது. Question வருதா வரலையா? Question should come ma. First thing what you will write is, what is the provision? Ma, according to the provision which we studied yesterday, before yesterday, all contracts cannot be enforceable. correct? Few contracts are not enforceable. Adla one such contract is contracts which are of social nature or domestic nature. Padichoma? Yes or no? Now, all those contracts which are not with an intention of creating a enforceability, legal relation, will come under social contract. This we can write it maximum 3 to 4 lines. Yes or no? Yes or no? Examinerக்கு என்ன தெரியப்படுத்தணுமோ தெரியப்படுத்தியாச்சு. Okay? Done with the first para. Next para will be analysis. Analysis. Which means in here we will try to take the provision and compare with the case study question that is given. Case study says husband's name is Ramya. Sorry. Husband's name is Ram. Wife's name is Ramya. Okay. Now we have to use that character and compare the provision. As per the provisions of the law, any contract that is happening between husband and wife, in the given case, a contract between Ramya, Ram, இவங்க ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் நடுவில் இருக்கிறது social contract, therefore cannot be enforceable. This writing again will come to 3 to 4 lines, or it may go to 5 also. End of the day, you will come up with a conclusion. Now, what will this conclusion say is, contention of Ram or the intention of Ram to take the wife to the court of law is not tenable. Even if it is taken in the court of law, it cannot be enforced. Able to understand? This will be the conclusion. அப்போ இதை எழுதும் போதே நம்மளுக்கு அந்த full page is already occupied. இதில் நம்ம புக்லேருந்து படித்து எழுதுனது எது வரைக்கும் நினைக்கிறீங்க? First 3-4 lines தான். அப்போ ideally what we are studying inside the book for 2 to 3 lines, we are writing in the answer paper 3 to 4 lines or 5 lines also. புரிஞ்சுதா? அப்போ ideally நம்ம எது தேவையோ எக்ஸாமுக்கு, எதை எழுத போகிறோமோ எக்ஸாமுக்கோ அதை மட்டும் தான் படிக்க போகிறோம். அப்போ எதுக்கு மேம் அவ்வளோ பெரிய புக்கு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க? you try to see the book. Half the time first மேலே சொன்ன இங்கிலீஷை திருப்பி ரீஃப்ரேஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, or they would have given a diagrammatic representation. If you try to condense the book, it should maximum come to only 200 pages. Seriya? Seriya? Okay? So I am not wasting anyone's time. When I ask you to repeat, it is purely only for exam. Punjida? Punjida? Appo maximum try to stick on to the class, be inside the class 100%, physically and mentally. Rendume. Punjida? Punjida? Shall we start with today's class? Before that, I will give you 2 minutes time. Go through what we have taken in the previous class. கான்செப்ட் புரியலையா மேடம்? நீங்கள் ஒழுங்காக நடத்தலை அந்த மாதிரியா? அப்புறம் என்னது? என்னடா சொல்கிறான் அவன்? ஓகே, இன்னும் எத்தனை நாளைக்கு இதே மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டு போக முடியும் நம்மளால? we are all professionals, understood? Not anyone thinking still I am a kid, I am still 12th standard. அது மாதிரி யாராவது ஃபீலிங்கில் இருக்கீங்களா? ஐ cannot do அப்படின்ற ஒரு வார்த்தையை அப்படியே அடிச்சிரு, ஒமிட் பண்ணுறு. உன்னோட ஒக்காபுலரியில் ஐ cannot அப்படின்றத you have to strike it off. Able to understand? Okay ma? But tomorrow we are all preparing ourselves to be professional tomorrow, isn't it? After becoming a CA, you are given a task. Come on, Madhav, get on this topic, give your explanation. Sir, எனக்கு தெரியாது, என்னால explain பண்ண முடியாது, இது மாதிரி ஏதாவது சொல்ல முடியுமா? We cannot say that, okay? When an opportunity is given inside the class, use the opportunity. சரியா? ஏன்னா இப்போ படிக்கிறது எல்லாமே நாளைக்கு போய் எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல நம்மளோட பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸை காமிக்கிறதுக்கு தான். And when I say performance, it doesn't include only about books. It doesn't include only about knowledge. It is also attitude which we carry. What kind of respect we give to the opposite person. Isn't it? இங்கேருந்து நான் உன் பேரை கூப்பிட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கேன், நீ பாட்டில் கிளம்பி போனேன்னு என்னடா அர்த்தம்? Everything is CA. How you behave is CA. Okay? What attitude you carry for yourself is obviously a chartered accountant. Okay? It is not only படிக்கிறது மட்டும்தான் CA கிடையாது. புரியுதா? Everything is CA. புரியுதா? Next time if I see you online, if I call your name, you should be responsive. புரியுதா? Yes, ma. Ready, ma? What are the 11 points which we studied yesterday? Agreement. Under agreement, what did we study, ma? Yes, under agreement, what did we study? Offer. Now, is it given that way, or they have given an elaborated manner? Every promise, set of promise. Yes, yes, start. Every set of promise, forming a consideration for each other, is nothing but a agreement. In other words, yes, continue, ma. A proposal, when accepted, becomes a promise. Able to understand, ma. Next, what is the next thing which we studied? What? Two parties. Under two parties, what did we study, ma? You want to do exercise early in the morning? No. Then once again, I'll give you a chance, ma. Yes. What did we study, ma? Sorry, next one. One party should be the offerer and the other party should be the acceptor. Okay, then. Cannot contract with himself, and it should be done between any natural person or other persons. Other persons, no. Companies. Okay, next point, ma. Legal obligation. Now, under legal, is it legal obligation or? Yeah. Then under legal obligation or under formalities, what did we study? Intention of a party should be that to create a legal relationship between the parties. What kind of contracts will not create legal relationship? Social contracts and domestic contracts cannot create a legal relationship. Next one, ma. Next one. What formalities? Complying with certain formalities. Under certain formalities, what did we study? A contract can be written or spoken. But in the interest of the parties, it should be written. Okay. Now, in few cases, what? Other formalities has to be complied so that the contract becomes legally enforceable. Good, ma. Good. Next one. Next point, ma. Certainty of meaning. Under certainty of meaning, what we saw? Three words. Hey, not vague. Aprom. Specific or definite. It should be specific or definite. Now, what is the word vague means? Vague. Unclear or not clear also. Okay. Next point, ma. Next point. Possibility of performance. Yes, ma. What did we study under possibility of performance? என்ன உனக்கு புரிஞ்சுதா? உனக்கு புரிஞ்சதுல எனக்கு புரியல. Okay, go into the next point, ma. Next point. Competency of partners. Competency of the parties. Now, what are the 3 competencies that a person should have? First one, age of majority. Age of majority now should have completed 18 years of age. 18 years of age. If not, he is a minor and he is incompetent. He is incompetent to enter into a contract. Ma, all these phrases which we are studying, no words, no new words, correct? New words abdina, we should take extra effort to retain it in our head. Able to understand? Ma'am, na ippadiye da eludunuma. That is why I am making you comfortable with the words. Okay? 3, 4, 5 times if you are repeating it, yes, obviously it is part of your vocabulary. அப்போ நீயா நினச்சி யார்கிட்டனா கெப்பாசிட்டி பற்றி பேசணுன்னா are you capable enough அப்படின்னு கேட்கணுன்னா are you competent அப்படின்னு கேட்பீங்க. Your vocabulary will change. Able to understand? And that is the purpose of learning. Purpose of learning. Okay? If you want to differentiate between the crowd, no, whether that person is a professional student or not. மொத்தமாக ஒரு 100 பேரை கூப்பிட்டு போகிறீங்க. அந்த 100 பேரில் எப்படியும் ஒரு 20-25 பேர் வந்து மூணுத்தில் ஏதாவது ஒரு கோர்ஸ் இருக்கும். என்னென்ன கோர்ஸு? சிஏ, சிஎம்ஏ, சிஎஸ். இப்போ இந்த 100 பேரில் இந்த 25 பேரை அப்படியே பிரிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அவன் எந்த மாதிரி டேர்ம்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி பேசுனான் அப்படின்றத பொறுத்தே we can segregate. Okay? Why? Because once you come into these 3 courses, no, automatically your vocabulary will change. And no other go, you have to use it in a day-to-day basis so that those words are sticking to you inside your head, and while writing your exam you get used to those kind of words. வெளியே இருக்கவங்க என்ன வேணா பேசு, என்னடா காம்பிடென்ட்டா, என்னடா பேசுற, என்ன நீ பேசுற, அவன் என்ன வேணா நினச்சிட்டு போடும், தப்பே கிடையாது. we are doing it because we want to write it in the exam. Able to understand? Ma, clear? Yes. Next point, he should be of sound mind. Ma, what do you mean by he should be of sound mind? Ma, he is in his senses and he is able to form judgment. Able to understand? Ma, he is able to understand the consequences of the contract. Able to understand? Then you can say that person is a sound person. If not he is a unsound person, insane person, adukaprom lunatic. What are the 3 words? Insane, lunatic. Ma, எனக்கு புரியுது, நீ இதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே கிளாஸ், பட் when I ask you to repeat, you should repeat. புரியுதா? Yes ma. Insane, lunatic, unsound mind. Okay, what is the third one, ma? What is the third condition? Not disqualified by any other law to which he is subject to. Now, who cannot enter into a contract, ma? Examples கொடுத்திருந்தானே, foreign sovereigners and then alien enemy. Ma, foreign sovereigners I can understand. Foreign diplomats, அதாவது இங்கேருந்து மோடி சார் வெளியே போகிற மாதிரி அங்கேருந்தும் நம்ம ஊருக்கு உள்ளே வருவாங்க, கரெக்டாக? those people are called as foreign sovereigners. Alien enemy. Ma, alien means not the US picture la kaata and the alien kadiyadu ma. Alien means something which is not usual to us, something that is so foreign for us. Able to understand? Ma, appo alien means he is not among us அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒரு அர்த்தம். ஓகே, இப்போ some person has barged into your house. Who's this alien into my house அப்படின்னு கேட்பீங்க, கரெக்டா? which means that person is not amongst us னு அர்த்தம். ஓகே, அப்போ இங்க alien enemy means what? some person who is not amongst us. அப்போ if China is waging a war with us, if you are contracting with that Chinese person, he is an alien enemy for us. Able to understand, ma? Clear? Okay, then what is the next one, ma? Next point. Then lawful consideration. Now consideration ku what is the Latin phrase which we saw? Quid pro quo. Okay, spelling. Ma'am, நான் ஒரு assumptionல தான் சொல்றேன் ma'am. அந்த மாதிரி you are finding new words na, you have to take efforts to read the spelling also. Okay, then it is otherwise called as what? Otherwise called as something in return. Okay, whether consideration is mandatory for a contract? Yes, consideration is mandatory for a contract. Why? Because we have arrived at the formula offer plus acceptance plus consideration gives us agreement. Now this agreement plus what ma? Plus what ma? Enforceability by law. This will give us a contract. This will give us a contract. Now, for this contract to be valid, in the enforceability of law is very, 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 very important. Yes or no? For a contract to be enforceable, we need to have 11 items. And the 11 items are nama ipo two parties, agreement, consideration, lawful, idella padikrom. Reason for studying all those 11 is that enforceability is there. If those 11 items la one item is not there, abdina enna artham? It is not enforceable by law. Appo whether the contract will be a valid contract? No, it will not be a valid contract. Able to understand ma? Clear? Okay. Now, purpose of revising in the class is to make you memorize and make you familiar. Okay. Class la when I ask you to memorize and repeat, adhaadu yesterday's class we are revising today. If you be able to revise and recall and do it in the morning itself abdina, adukku oru naal munadi, yesterday night you should have revised, or today morning you should have revised. If not, நம்ம book பார்த்து ஆன்சர் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். யாரெல்லாம் book பார்த்து சொன்னீங்க இன்னைக்கு காலைல? இப்போ raise your hands. Raise your hands. Don't repeat it. அப்போ நாளைக்கு law class அப்படினா இன்னைக்கு already I should have revised it and come, so that when I recall inside the class, you will be recalling out of your mind. Able to understand ma? Good, very good. Let us start with today's class. Okay, next item which we are going to study today is types of contract. Types of contract la first category, validity or enforceability. Now, based on the enforceability na, making him responsible in the eyes of the law. Okay, bringing him to the court and making him go through punishments. All this is called as being enforceable. Appo based on that enforceability, if we are validating the types of contract, it is validity or enforceability. Next one, formation na, how is this contract formed? Okay, based on the formation of the contracts, we are classifying the contracts. Last one is performance of contract. See, two parties na sonne, correct na? Two parties na oru contract la rendu perume perform pannu. Yes or no? You are going to a shop to buy chocolates, okay? What will you do first? You will take money in your hand. You should be ready and willing with the hand, 50 rupees, 120 rupees, whatever it is. Then you will ask, so and so chocolate, sir. Able to understand? Then what is the performance from the opposite end? He will go open the fridge and get you the chocolate. Appo performance from your end is to give money. Performance from the opposite end is to fetch you the chocolate. Able to understand? Appo based on performance, if you are categorizing, then it will come under performance. Classification, three types. What are the three types of classification ma? Enforceability. Keep any one thing in mind. Enforceability. One more time. Under enforceability, we have first one, valid, void. Oh, now void and sonna neenga contracts mattum solveenga. Read olunga read panuma. Valid contracts, void contracts, voidable contracts, illegal agreements, unenforceable agreements. Ma 2 minutes memory work, then we will go deep dive and see each and every item. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds. Please remember, what are the 5 things ma?
Valid contracts, void contracts, voidable contracts, illegal agreements, unenforceable contracts.
One more time.
Valid contracts, void contracts, voidable contracts, illegal agreements, unenforceable contracts.
You're not seeing the board, no? Good, okay. Next one. Based on formation, what are the types?
Express contract, implied contract, quasi contract, e-contracts.
Repeat ma. Repeat.
Express contract.
Ma, wait. Express, implied, quasi e-contract. Okay? Express, implied, quasi e-contract. Okay? First one. Valid, void, voidable. Last render, illegal agreement, unenforceable contract. coming to the last one, last category. Based on performance, it is segregated into executed, executory. Ma, executed meaning enna? Something is already done, okay? Executory na, something is still going on, okay? So based on performance, there could be only two things ma. One, it is completed. One, it is under the process. Able to understand ma? Appo what is the two bifurcation? Under performance, executed, executory, executory. Now coming under executory, we have two. One, unilateral, bilateral. Ma, the word uni means one person has already, sorry ma, one person is yet to perform. Why? Because we are talking about executory. Appo work is yet to be performed by one person, then it is called as unilateral. Able to understand? Work is pending from both the people, bilateral contract. Ma, this chart is there in your mind? Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds time, try to revise, recap. 30 seconds over. Yes, start. Types of contract is what we are studying. Under types, we have three subcategories. What are the three subcategories? Enforceability, formation, performance, performance. Then under enforceability, we have 5 categories. What are the 5 categories, ma? எதுக்கு எனர்ஜி வேஸ்ட் பண்ற? எதுக்கு எனர்ஜி? void, valid, void, voidable, illegal agreement and unenforceable contract. Okay, then coming on to formation, express, implied, quasi contracts. Last item, performance. என்ன என்னமா இல்ல சொல்லலையேன்னு கேட்டேன் நான். எப்போ சொல்லுவேன்? காணுமே, கண்ணிலே பட மாட்டேன். 2 வாட்டி செக் பண்ணிட்டேன் உன்னை. ஓகேவா? Yes ma, let us go and study each item one by one. For a valid contract, we need what ma? Agreement plus enforceability by law. If you see, if you read this, same thing will be conveyed. Please read ma. An agreement which is binding and enforceable is a valid contract. And what it will have? It will have all the essential elements of a valid contract, and that essential element is part of the enforceability which we studied. Able to understand ma? Appo valid contract na it is an agreement which is binding. Now what is this word binding? New for us or already known? Known only, but here let us try to explain. Binding means I am bound to do something by law. Able to understand ma? Ipo na adha pannalana, ipo na adha pannala appadina what will happen ma? Ma, I will be made to do. What is it? I will be, ma, I cannot escape. See, I don't like to come and teach. Can I just like that walk away and go? No, I am bound to come and teach because of the word I gave to Hari sir. I cannot just like that walk away and go. Able to understand ma? The contract is binding on me as well as for Pragya. Able to understood ma? Able to understand? So if two people are coming into a contract, they are bound by the contract. What is it? They are bound by the contract. Okay, and the contract is binding them. What is binding them? Contract is binding them. If they are not doing it abdina, you will be taken to the court of law, you will be punished, or you will be asked to pay damage whatsoever. Everything will, consequences will follow. Okay, so the word binding means I have a stress on me to follow what I have agreed to in the contract. Understood? Now read ma. Now read. Valid contract. Okay, this is all about valid contract. Next, coming to void contract. Ma, void contract now, what is not there ma? It has an agreement, okay. What it does not have? It does not have that enforceability by law. It does not have that. since that enforceability is missing, I cannot take this particular case to the court of law. Then if a contract is there and such a contract is not enforceable under the law abdina, then the contract is called as what? Void contract. Okay, such a contract ceases to be enforceable before the court of law. What is the word ma? It ceases to be enforceable. What does the word ceases means? It comes to an end. Okay, ceases to be enforceable means I cannot enforce it. Giving you an example ma. Giving you an example. Now I am getting into a contract with a lunatic. Okay. Now think and say me whether he is competent to the contract. No. Now, which means getting into a contract with an incompetent person, can I take him to the court of law? Which means enforceability ceases. Enforceability is not there. Therefore, it is a void contract. Able to understand ma? Clear? Okay va? Please read ma. Please read. A contract. So, for example, what we will write? First one, a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law becomes a void contract. And second line, if you see, they are just explaining the first phrase. If you feel like writing, write. If not, there's no value addition in it. Okay? But this is quite an advanced English and this one is normal English, nothing new. So, valid contract la enna irukku? Agreement and enforceability by law. Void contract la agreement irukku, but enforceability is not there. Since enforceability is not there, it is a void contract. What is the meaning of void? Normal English la void la படிச்சிருப்பீங்களே school level la physics la எல்லாம் படிச்சிருப்பீங்களே chemistry லயோ physics லயோ. Void means what? Null. Void means what? Null. It does not have any value னு அர்த்தம். புரியுதா? அப்போ void contract னா என்ன? A contract which doesn't have any value behind it. It is a null area. It is a null contract. Understood? Praveen, thungadara, adi vaangveda. Okay. Next one, voidable contract ma. First time idha paakroma illa already nethu paathoma? No, yesterday I gave you a gist of it, flavor of it. Yes or no? Think and say me in simple terms what is a voidable contract. Any which way you can say ma. Tamil, English. Aggrieved party can decide. Aggrieved party can decide. Now, the contract is forced. Now, in what all ways a contract can be forced on a person? Threat ku innor vaartha. Day. Adu coercion. Adu next. Yes. First one. Ma, whoever can say all the 5 words ma. Today evening chocolate. Dairy milk almond, roasted almond. Yes ma. Coercion. Okay. Okay. Mistake. Fraud. சொல்லாத. Anyone else? Undue influence. Okay, undue influence. We'll take one chocolate and share with everyone. Okay va? So what are the 5 things ma? What are the 5 things? Coercion. Okay, coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, mistake. Now, using these things, what a bad person can do to a good person? Can make him enter into a contract. Yes or no? That aggrieved boy, what he can do with the court of law? He can make the contract go void also. He can make the contract go valid also. Okay, suppose such a contracts are called as what? Voidable contract. So which means if a voidable contract is there, voidable contract is the contract abdina, out of this 2 outcomes can be there. One is a void, another is a valid contract. Okay, who can decide this? Aggrieved party. Appo let us study, at the option of the aggrieved party, the contract can become enforced or the contract could become void. Able to understand ma? Clear? Write this somewhere ma. Write this somewhere. Out of the voidable contract you have 2 outputs and it is at the option of the aggrieved party to decide whether it goes into a valid contract or it goes into a void contract. Ready, ma? Ready? Shall we go see the definition for this? Ma'am, definition should I write? In very few cases we are supposed to write definitions, ma. We cannot avoid. One of the areas vandu idu. Seriya? I'll make it easy for you to read and remember. Seriya? Come along with me. An agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of one or more parties, but not at the option of other or others, is a voidable contract. Now let us see the parties involved. Okay, in our case, for this voidable contract, we discussed about an example where Abdul will be the aggrieved party and I will be the person who is using the dominant position. Correct? What kind of 5 items we saw? What was used to bring Abdul into the contract? Undue influence. Undue influence. Influence means what, ma? Influence means what? Actually the word influence means what? You are without expressly without doing anything, but something you are doing in the underplay. Okay, you are trying to make the opposite person do what you like to do. Ma, in the Instagram la mukavasi per enna pannirukanga nenikringa. Okay, ma, what they expect from you, they are doing it. Okay, they'll make you do it. Able to understand? This is called as influence. Okay, when someone is using undue influence, undue na enna artham? Ma, undue influence means unfair, means unfairly you are using or influence the opposite person. Example, ma, example, using my dominant position, I can make you go home and read. Correcta? Idu tappa? Correcta? Correct. Still I am influencing you. Okay, but for a greater purpose, good cause. Okay, I am making you to enter into a contract and get some valuables from you. வீட்டில் இருக்க காசு பணம் அதெல்லாம் எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்து கொடுக்க சொல்கிறேன். மா, குட் திங் ஆர் அ பேட் திங்? மா, பேட் திங். இட் இஸ் undue, it is not good. Undue influence. Able to understand, ma? Okay, let us go read. An agreement in which one party, this one party is nothing but the aggrieved party, he can decide whether the contract can be enforceable or not, but who cannot decide? The other person cannot decide. Okay, appo ஒரு contract enforceable இருக்கா இல்லையா அப்படின்றத only aggrieved party can decide and the other party cannot decide. Okay, if this is not working, let us go see somewhere else also. Here there's a good one. Please read, ma. Second one, please read, ma. It is enforceable only at the option of aggrieved party and not at the option of the other party. Ma, this is slightly elaborated into a definition. That definition is what we saw previously. Able to understand? So in general, when I say free consent, what should come to you? Or voidable contract, what should come to you? Voidable contract na enna varno? A voidable contract can be enforced only at the option of the aggrieved party and not at the option of the other party. In our contract between Abdul and myself, who was the aggrieved party? Abdul. So Abdul will decide. It is at the option of the Abdul aggrieved party to decide or to make sure which contract should, whether that contract to be taken forward or should be made void. Able to understand, ma? Okay, let us see what are the other cases. See, these are the situations where a contract could go voidable. Adula first situation we already discussed. Coercion, misrepresentation, fraud, and one more will also come, mistake. Able to understand? So when the consent of the party is not free, which means it is caused by, consent is caused by coercion, undue influence. Ma, repeat. Only when you repeat, you will be comfortable with those words. Repeat, ma. Repeat. Coercion, undue influence. If it is caused by any of these 4, okay, then the consent is not free. The contract could become voidable. Next situation where a person promises to do something for the other, but other person prevents him from performing his contract. Okay, let me give you an example. Now, you all paid fees, yes or no? You all paid fees and came to class. What if after coming at 7 o'clock, the door remains closed? The door remains closed. 1 day closed, 2 days closed, 1 week, 10 days closed. You will sit, keep quiet and waiting for it, or you'll ask refund. You'll ask, isn't it? Which means we have agreed to something and the other party is preventing you. Able to understand, ma? Who's preventing you? Whoever closed the door. Able to understand? Apo, what you can do? It is at your option whether to continue with the classes or to take refund and go. Able to understand, ma? Purida na solradhu ungalku. See, I'll give you another example, one more example. I want to paint this room. Okay? Right now it is fully white. I want to paint it fully yellow, fully green, what so mixed colors. Now, in the painter na panna mudiyuma, neenga panna mudiyuma? Painter panno, correcta? This painter person has to come and do this job. What if I asked him to come, booked him on one particular Sunday, made him come? After making him come, I did not allow him to enter the classroom. He's sitting at the reception itself. Okay, both the people have agreed. Sunday morning 10 o'clock should come, and I am going to pay you 15,000 rupees for painting this particular hall. He came, left all other jobs and came. வந்து உட்கார்ந்துட்டு உட்கார வச்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்காங்க. ஓகே, கிளாஸ் ரூமை ஓப்பன் பண்ணி விட்டா தானே இங்கே பெயிண்ட் பண்ண முடியும். ஓகே, அப்போ who's preventing that painter? Whoever is the admin? Able to understand? Now, contract is between the painter and the admin. Okay, painter is already he came and settled in the reception with all the equipments. He came and sat down, but admin is preventing the painter from doing his job. He did not open the doors. Okay, he did not come in, he did not allow the painter to come inside the hall itself. அப்போ ரூம் குள்ளே வர முடியலனா எப்படி ஒருத்தன் பெயிண்ட் பண்ணுவான்? யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. அப்போ who is at mistake? Do you think the painter is at mistake or the admin is at mistake? Admin is at mistake. What mistake he's doing? He's preventing the other party from performance. Able to understand, ma? What is the performance from the painter? Painting the room, isn't it? Abo, this particular admin is preventing the painter to come and perform. Illaya? Ma, this painter will keep quiet, sitting, or at one point of time he will raise his voice and ask for questions. He'll raise his voice and ask questions. Sir, vara vechittu kaalendhu ukandiruken 2 hours aichu, you're wasting my time. Yes or no? Yes or no? Definitely he'll ask. Now, in this place, who is the aggrieved party? Painter is the aggrieved party. Sir, I have come here to perform the contract. You are stopping me from performing the contract. I am an aggrieved party. Morning landu time waste for me, effort waste. In this 2 hours, I could have gone somewhere outside and started doing my job. I would have somehow realized 1,500, 2,000 rupees by now. 2 hours labor poiduchu. Illaya? Aggrieved party is the painter. Painter can decide whether to continue with the contract or to avoid, make the contract void. Able to understand, ma? Clear? Shall we go into the item? Yes, ma. Please read. In one single voice, ma. When a person, stop. See, konja irunga ada paavingla. See, when I raise my hand like this, you have to stop it. Okay? Enna பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருந்தாலும் you have to stop. Okay? Because I have some input to say you. Now, when a person promises to do something, in here, in the person yaruma, painter. Okay? What is he promising to do? To paint. Okay? For another person yaruma, admin. But the other person, again, admin, prevents him na yaru? Painter, from performing his promise. The contract becomes voidable at the option of the first person. Who's that first person, ma? Painter. understand? Clear? We are taking it really slowly. If you are not comfortable, tell me now. Tell me now. I will take you one more time. We'll go through this one more time. Everyone, every single one, every single one. Yes, yes, ma. Now, Sandit. Sandit. Okay, Sandit, listen. We are talking about two people wherein both the people are supposed to perform on the contract. One person is to come and paint the property, and for that painting work, the other person, admin, has to make payment of fees. Okay, va? Now, after coming inside, what is the purpose if I do not open the doors of the room in which he has to paint? ஓகே, நான் ஒரு பெயிண்டரை வந்து எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கு கூப்பிட்றேன் அப்படின்னா வீட்டை கூப்பிட்டு காஃபி கொடுத்துட்டு அனுப்புறதுக்கா கிடையாது. ஐ ஹாவ் டு மேக் ஷுர் தட் ஆல் த ரூம் இஸ் செட் ஃபார் டூயிங் தட் பெயிண்டிங் ஜாப். ஹவு கேன் ஐ செட் மை என்டையர் ஹவுஸ்? ஐ ஹாவ் டு மேக் ஷுர் தட் all the things are brought to the center of the room, okay, so that the people can move freely and paint the walls. Yes or no? If I bring people and do not do anything of that sort abdina, then he cannot paint. Illaya, I am preventing him from doing his job. Obviously he is the aggrieved party. Aggrieved party can decide whether he can continue with the contract or to cancel the contract. Okay, yes, please read more. What is the definition? When a person இது ரெண்டு, ஒன்று உண்ட மயக்கம் இல்லைனா பசி மயக்கம். இதில் எதுன்னு நான் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்? ஏண்டா, வாட் டு யூ திங்க்? லாஸ்ட் ஒன் சான்ஸ். இஃப் யூ ஆர் நாட் ரீடிங் வெல்னா கண்டிப்பாக 20 times. ஓகே, எஸ் மா, ரீட். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், லெட் us study what is the next one. Where a party to a contract promises to perform a work within a specified time. Ma, within a specified time. Now let us take same painter example. Now, what was the time fixed for the painter? Sunday morning 10 o'clock. Sunday morning 10 o'clock. Now time is fixed, and we made sure that Sunday we do not have any classes here. Sunday one day is allotted for painting. If that one day is missed abdina, we have to wait up to next Sunday. Able to understand, ma? Now Sunday morning 10 o'clock, painter did not come. Usually Sunday na class vechirukka vendiyது, but for that painting job I cancelled all my classes. Correct? Now think and say, who will be the aggrieved party? Admin or painter? Admin will be the aggrieved party. Why? Because a specified time was given. Within that specified time, painter did not come. Obviously in this scenario, admin will be the aggrieved party. Now admin can decide whether he want to continue with the contract or to go make the contract go void. Able to understand? Clear? Read ma, read. When a party to a contract promises to perform a work within a specified time, could not perform within that time, the contract is voidable at the option of the promisee. Now, who is this promisee, madam? Ma, actually, just like how offerer, acceptor nu rendu characters irukko, same way we have promisor and promisee. Now, in here, who's the offerer? Sorry, promisee. Offerer is nothing but the painter. He offered me to paint the premises. Okay, I'm accepting him to come and paint. Okay, now this acceptor is otherwise called as promisee. Okay, in our case, promisee is nothing but the admin. Able to understand, ma? Clear? Yes. Okay, let us go to the difference between void and voidable contract. But before that, we studied 3 situations where a contract could become voidable. First situation, ma. First situation, contract has been entered through coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, fraud, mistake. Then what is the second situation? Second situation, when a when a person is about to perform, okay, about to perform or do something, and the same is prevented by the, what is the word ma? It is prevented by the other party, then the aggrieved party can make the contract voidable, okay, and it is valid at the option of the aggrieved party. Third one, what is the situation ma? When a contract, in a contract, within a specified time, and it is not performed அப்படினா, then the aggrieved party can treat the contract to be a voidable contract. Okay, coming to the next area, difference between a void contract and a voidable contract. First one, void அப்படினா whether it is enforceable or not enforceable. Ma, what is the other word which we studied? Ceases to be enforceable. What is the term? Ceases to be enforceable. Void contract is nothing but a contract ceases to be enforceable before the law. In case of a voidable contract, what is the definition we saw? See, it is enforceable at the option of the aggrieved party, but not at the option of the other party. Able to understand ma? This one or more அப்படின்றது நீ one or more எழுது, இல்லனா aggrieved party ன்னு எழுதினாலும் it is completely fine. Okay, read now. An agreement stop. Last four boys அப்படியே எழுந்துருங்க. Get up and stand. You four alone will read. Last 4 பேர் நண்டா எழுந்துருங்க. Read now. Ma. What is a voidable contract? Others will keep quiet. Yes ma. அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம் அப்படினா, நீங்க அங்க aggrieved party ன்னு எழுதலன்னு அர்த்தம். கரெக்ட்டா? We marked a change. Why you didn't write? Because you are busy talking. என்னடா பேசிட்டு இருந்தீங்க? அப்புறம் ஏன் சொல்ல? Next time கவனிக்கிறேன். உட்கார். Okay ma, yes ma. Everyone will read together now. But not at the option of the other will be called as voidable contract. Ma, enforceability, whether a void contract can be enforced? No, not in void contract enforce பண்ண முடியுமா? It cannot be enforced. But in case of a voidable contract, can we enforce it? We can enforce, provided aggrieved party gives the approval. அப்போ இங்க என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? At the option of the aggrieved party you can enforce the contract, but not at the option of the other party. Next one, cause. What is the cause? Sir, why can a void contract first of all come in place? Example we are betting on something else. Say for example, 2026 election, TVK will win. Okay, TVK possible or not possible? இப்போ இந்த not possible அப்படின்றதுக்கு என்ன சான்ஸ் இருக்கு சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். Put it in percentage and say. டேய் உனக்குலாம் மனசாட்சி இருக்காடா? 40% தான் not possible. மா, to my knowledge or to my, for example, என்ன விட்டுரு, ஜென்ரலா ஓகே 90-95% மேல it is impossible. கரெக்டா? It could be a possible in the next election, இந்த 26ல இல்லாம 26-27 இல்லாம இதுக்கு அடுத்து வருது இல்லையா, அந்த எலெக்ஷன்ல may be possible, but right now impossible. Correcta? If we enter into a contract based on this, can it be a valid contract? No, it cannot be a valid contract. Ma'am, அது எப்படி சொல்றீங்க? இன்னும் 1 year time இருக்குல்ல, he can do like this இல்ல, ஒரு விரல் புரட்சி இல்ல. Now anything could happen, but அதுக்கான implication today's date ஏதாவது இருக்கா? இல்ல. So we cannot say anything. Able to understand ma? Clear? என்னமா? What? Betting நால எதுவும் problem இல்லனா, if we two agree na, then okay, no problem, no. It cannot be enforced, அவ்வளவுதான். We are done, people are betting only, but we cannot enforce it, அவ்வளவுதான். Okay. So there's other reasons also. Change in law na, recent or 2 weeks back there was so much of conflict between China and US. பாத்தீங்களா? What was the reason? Tax is nothing but adu also ஒரு law da. Correcta? Now what changed? Tax rates changed. Because of that, what changed? Many agreements could be there, ma. Now, it is not that after the tax change there could be agreements. Tax change came in one single night. இல்லையா இன்னைக்கு மைக் எடுத்தாரு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் பாட்டில் கிளம்பிட்டாரு, isn't it? But there were already existing contracts between various residents from China, various residents in US also. Yes or no? What happens to all those contracts? It is impacted because of this law. Yes or no? Yes or no? Above, due to this law, the contract becomes void. Able to understand, ma? Okay. Next one, due to change in circumstances beyond the contemplation of parties, ma. Suppose a person is entering into contract from Chennai and Mumbai, vechukonga. Okay. Chennai la December ana everyone will be floating Chennai la. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, practically it is not possible to deliver anything because of heavy downpour. Okay. In this situation, rain is something we can expect, adula onum problem illa. But beyond a limit, when the rain is so much unexpected even by the government, normal two people sitting in Chennai and Mumbai, can they do something about the contract? Cannot do. Able to understand? Appo it is impossible to make any delivery because of heavy rains abdina. Can anyone enforce the contract? We cannot enforce the contract. Okay. Mumbai la irka person, sir, 26th December you gave me a promise to deliver. No, why you didn't deliver? I'm going to file a case against you. Sir, you go file, onum prachane illa. I can give you what is the reason. Chennai la rail stopped, flights stopped, every single activity is stopped since 20th December itself. Okay, and the situation got better only after 29th December. So in the meantime, you cannot expect me to perform. It is impossible to perform. It is beyond my contemplation. Able to understand, ma? It is not within my hands. It is not within my control. Even if you go file the case also, it will not be enforceable on me. The contract becomes a void contract because of impossibility. Able to understand, ma? Reason is, out of the 11 essential items, one of the essential items was possibility of performance. Able to understand? Clear? A contract could become voidable because the consent of the party is not free. Consent was not free in what cases, ma? What cases, ma? Coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation and mistake. Fraud, misrepresentation and mistake. Next one, performance of a contract. When I say I'm into a void contract, whether I can perform it, there is no necessary to perform a void contract. But when I say it is a voidable contract, what is it necessary to perform? If the aggrieved party decides to make the contract a valid contract, still on that valid contract I am supposed to perform. Appo adu yaroda kaiyila dhaan irukku? Aggrieved party oda kaiyila dhaan irukku. Okay. Next one, in case of rights. Okay. In case of a void contract, both the parties will not have any right. Void contract, avladhaan, gone is gone. No one can do anything. But in case of a what, ma? In case of a voidable contract, definitely the party who is at fault, the person who made you to do, the person who forced on you, he has the right. Okay, he has the right to perform. Adhe pola, if you are an aggrieved party, you have all the rights to cancel the contract also. Able to understand, ma? Clear? Shall we read? But when you are deciding to cancel it, you should do it within the reasonable time. 3 years முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் மேடம் நீங்க என்ன ஏமாத்தி 5 lakhs வாங்கிட்டீங்க அப்படிலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது. Okay? If you are going to treat the contract to be a void contract, take him to the court of law and do that act within a reasonable time. Within a reasonable time. Okay? I'll give you 5 minutes. Please read, ma. Please read. A very important area, ma. Very important area. Okay, shall we mark the keywords, ma? Yes. First item, what do you think will be the keyword, ma? Ceases to be enforceable. On the other side, at the option of the aggrieved party, it can be valid or voidable. Okay, next one. Enforceability cannot be enforced inga at the option of the aggrieved party. Second one, third one, change of law, change of circumstances. It is beyond contemplation, but change of law, change of circumstances, okay. The contract becomes voidable if the consent was not free. Consent is not free will be the key phrase. Next one, ma, all mobiles in silent mode, please. Void contract cannot be performed, but for an aggrieved party within reasonable time, if he is exercising his right abdina, then ma, within reasonable time na, for example, ipo same, let us take the same case, okay. Now, what will be the reasonable time in our case? அதாவது ஒரு 6 months, ஓகே. நீங்க முடிச்சு சிஏ ஆயிட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஐ வில் டேக் ரிவெஞ்ச் அப்படின்னு கிளம்பி வர முடியுமா? cannot be possible, okay. If that within reasonable time you are doing it அப்படினா, then not a problem, you can do it, you can make the contract void. If you decide to wait for 3 years அப்படினா, then I would have used that money also, correct? Later on you cannot come and ask. Understood? Yes. Once you are completed, you let me know. Rescinded na enna ma? Rescinded na enna? Rescinded means cancelled. And who has the right to rescind the contract? Aggrieved party has the right to rescind the contract. Rescinded means cancelled. If it does not rescind, it will become automatically a valid contract. Okay, so this area, nothing can be striked out. You have to write everything. Yes, ready? Next area, shall we go? Okay. Next one will be illegal agreement. Illegal agreement. Okay, take a break. Come back by 12. Okay? have got two doubts from two different people. Let me try to tell you what they asked and what I answered for this. In the page கொடுத்திருக்காங்கல்ல, should I write this for exam? No, need not write. Why? Because this is a simple chart which is given only for our memory. சும்மா just like that random pages திருப்பிட்டே இருக்காம in one picture we can see what are the different types, what are the different bases, அது கீழ என்னென்ன டாபிக்ஸ் இருக்கு. அப்ப அதை பார்க்கும்போதே valid contracts na it should run in your mind. Agreement plus enforceability. Void na agreement is there but no enforceability is there. Voidable contract na sir free consent is not there. Free consent illana aggrieved parties option la it can become valid. அப்போ இத பார்க்கும்போது you should be able to recollect. அந்த பர்பஸ்க்காக தான் இந்த சார்ட், not for exams. மேம் எக்ஸாம்க்கு how should I start writing this question? Same like this. First category will be on the validity. Under validity, subtopic will be valid, void, it will go like that. Able to understand? Second doubt, should I write all the examples and all for exams? No, don't write. We don't have that time also. Okay, stick on to the topic name, subtopic, under that brief explanation with key points. Avladhaan sufficient. Third doubt was, sir, what is free consent? What is free consent? Consent na sir, for a contract to be proper contract to be there, we need an agreement, and the agreement we need three things. One, offer, acceptance, consideration. Now offer is the person who is giving. Acceptance should come from the opposite person. Now this acceptance is nothing but other word enama acceptance ku approval. Na idu approve pandren, okay. Innor word, I am giving my consent. Okay, assent means signing. Assent na signing. Okay, consent means I am giving my approval. அப்போ ஒரு acceptance என்ற ஒரு வார்த்தைக்கு what are the alternative words ma? Acceptance, approval, consent. Consent means I am giving my approval. அப்போ for a contract there should be free consent. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Your acceptance should be free. Your acceptance should not be forced by someone else. Your acceptance should be from your mind, your heart. Able to understand? If it is coming out of you from your own mind and free wish abdina, then the consent is free. அதுதான் அந்த 11 pointsல படிச்சோம். என்ன படிச்சோம்? There should be free consent. Consent for the contract should be free. If it is not free, if it is forced on you, first criteria, first situation, if it is forced on you through coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, mistake, then you can treat, who can treat? Aggrieved party can treat the contract as voidable. Okay, once he treats the contract as voidable, he has two options. Option number one, let me continue, treat the contract as valid, continue paying. Sir, I feel I am offended, let me consider the contract to be cancelled. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் பே பண்ணல, whatever I have paid, I would take back that also. In our example, Abdul and myself, he can take back that 5 lakhs. Sir, 5 lakhs கொடுத்தா settle ஆயிடுமா? Ma, law gives him powers to take 5 lakh rupees plus அந்த 5 lakh இத்தனை நாள் அந்த மேடம் வச்சிருந்தாங்களே, ask her to pay interest. சரி, இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஓகே, நான் இவங்களால தான் கோர்ட்டுக்கு போக வேண்டியதா இருக்கு, வக்கீலுக்கு ஃபீஸ் கொடுக்க வேண்டியதா இருக்கு, இவ்வளோ ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் நான் போக வேண்டியதா இருக்கு. Let me give her damage also. Okay, let her give her damage also. So he can take 5 lakhs from me, interest on that 5 lakhs also from me, and for all the confusions and stress which he has to undergo, okay, legal fees he has to undergo, he can take it from me as damages. Who gives the power? Law gives the power. To whom does the power given? Aggrieved party. Okay, clear? Shall we go to the next area now? Okay. Okay. Ma, இங்க இது வந்து illegal contract கிடையாது, இது illegal agreement. Okay, illegal agreement. illegal agreements அப்படின்னா என்ன? something is illegal. Two things could be illegal. One, subject could be illegal. என்ன பர்பஸ்க்காக கான்ட்ராக்ட் வெட்டுறோம் குத்துறோம் கொலை பண்ணுறோம், obviously the subject of the contract is illegal. சரி, subject could be legal, consideration which I receive could be illegal also. Yes or no? அப்போ ஒன்று சப்ஜெக்ட் இல்லீகலாக இருந்தாலோ இல்லை கன்சிடரேஷன் இல்லீகலாக இருந்தாலோ it will become what? Illegal agreement. Illegal agreements. Illegal agreements abdina, can you take it to the court of law to enforce it? No, you cannot take it to the court of law to enforce it also. What about the connected contracts? That will also not be enforceable. Let me tell you, let me give you one example, okay? Now, first contract is between Hari and Sai. Hari and Sai, okay? This contract is for handling black money. Ma, black money handle பண்றது லீகலா இல்லீகலா? illegal ma, illegal, okay? Now, black money எங்க இருந்து எடுக்கறாங்களோ அது யார்கிட்ட இருந்து எடுக்கறாங்களோ எல்லாமே மிஸ்டேக் தான். Every part of it is illegal, okay? Did you see the movie Lucky Bhaskar? அந்த மூவி பாத்தீங்களா? He does two things. One, he takes bank's money out of the office. Yes or no? கேஷை செட்டில் பண்ணும்போது அவரோட பேக்குள்ள எல்லா மணியும் உள்ள போட்டு கொண்டு வந்துடுறாரு. Do you think it is legal or not? Illegal. Contract is between யாரு? ஹீரோ யாருப்பா? DQ. DQ and Ramki. Contract என்ன? To bring 10 lakhs out of bank unofficially. Illegal ma, illegal. சரியா? Able to understand? அதுக்கு கன்சிடரேஷனா என்ன கொடுக்குறாரு? Some profits கொடுக்குறாரு. டிவில இருந்து ஏதோ some profit. நீ பாத்தியாடா அந்த படம்? பாத்தியா? சூப்பர்மா. Okay, now illegal activity, அந்த illegal activity consideration profits கொடுக்குறாரு. எதுல இருந்து வர profits? Businessல இருந்து வர profits. What business? Smuggled goods. Smuggled goods எங்க இருந்து வருது? Some ship. Yes or no? Ma, these are connected contracts. Already ஒரு contract illegal contract, அதுக்கு connected-ஆ இருக்க இன்னொரு contract-ம் illegal contracts. அப்போ law says when a major contract or a main contract is illegal, obviously all the connected contracts will also become illegal. Sir, na TV வித்திருக்கேன் சார். பா டிவி விற்று அதுலேருந்து ப்ராஃபிட் வந்தாலும் it will be treated as a collateral to the main contract. Able to understand ma? And it will be treated as illegal. Let me give the example. In case Ramki did not give the funds, what will happen? This person can go to the court. Dulkar sir கோர்ட்டுக்கு போக முடியுமா? கோர்ட்டுக்கு போக முடியாது. Why? Because it is illegal. Even if it goes to the court, he will have to undergo punishment for swindling cash from bank as well as smuggling for goods. Able to understand? Clear? அப்போ கோர்ட்டுக்கு போக முடியாது. It will become illegal contracts and all the connected contracts also will become illegal and unenforceable. Understood? Okay? Yes. But it is a contract which forbids by the law. It is forbidden by law. Forbidden by law now. You are not supposed to do. You are not supposed to do by law. The court will not enforce such a contract, but also the connected contract, which means the court will not enforce the main contract as well as all the connected contracts. All illegal agreements are void, but all void agreements are not necessarily illegal. Let me give you an example. நான் சொன்ன example, அதாவது துல்கர் சம்மான் and ராம்கி சார், இந்த கான்ட்ராக்ட் இல்லீகலா? இல்லீகலா? இல்லீகல்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? You cannot enforce, correctா? Now when you say unenforceable contracts are void contracts, end of the day illegal contracts will become what? Void contracts. So all illegal contracts cannot be enforced in law. Since it is not enforceable by law, it is a void contract. Understood? Good. Let me give you another example. Say I am entering into a contract with the insane person, lunatic person. Ma, lunatic nalo, he is a very good painter ma. Ma, lunatic person cannot enter into judgment, cannot decide on anything. But lunatic இருந்தாலோ அவங்களுக்குள்ள ஒரு ஸ்கில் இருக்கும். பார்த்துக்கிங்க, இந்த டிவிலாம் காட்டுவாங்க, அவங்க ஒரு ஸ்மால் ரூமில் இருப்பாங்க, அந்த ரூம் ஃபுல்லாக வரைஞ்சி வச்சுருப்பாங்க, பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. I want to encourage that skill of that particular person. Able to understand? I'm entering into a contract with that painter, but he's slightly lunatic. Able to understand? Think and say me whether this contract is a illegal contract. Just because I went into contract with the lunatic, will it be treated as an illegal contract? It is a void contract, but it is not illegal in nature. Okay, contract with lunatic only, contract is void only, தப்பு கிடையாது. ஆனா it is not illegal. Okay, அப்போ all illegal contracts will end up to be void, but all void contracts are not illegal. Able to understand ma? Clear? சொன்ன example புரியுதா? Good. If you write till this, more than sufficient. Okay, but what is common between these two is that both are void ab initio. Now we are coming across a new term called as void ab initio. Ma, initio means initial, from the starting point, which means these kind of contracts are void from the very initial point. Example, contract between Ramki sir and Dulkar Saman. The moment he accepted, no, okay sir, na bank la irundhu cash edutittu varen, that moment itself the contract is void. Ena it is illegal. Illegal contract, not enforceable, therefore void. Void from when sir? Cash la edutittu vandu thirupi kondu poi bank la vechadukku apparama? No, void from the very beginning itself. Yes or no? Second example, contract with the lunatic person for painting. Void only. Ena contract with the lunatic is a void, but void from when sir? From the beginning itself. The moment you entered into contract itself, it is void. Able to understand ma? I'll give you 2 minutes time. Whatever doubts regarding this, try to apply your mind. Think if you are any doubts, having any doubts, we'll clarify it here. 2 minutes time. If the connected contracts are legal also, it will be still void only. Ultimately all these connected contracts are coming to illegal contract only. Yeah. So therefore every connected contract will be considered as void. Example தான் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோமேடா. 2 contracts are there. ஒன்னு பேங்க்ல இருந்து கேஷ் எடுத்துட்டு வந்து திருப்பி கொடுக்கிறது. எப்படி சொல்றது உங்களுக்கு? See, I am doing one business, okay? அந்த businessல இருந்து வர funds வச்சு நீங்க some illegal activity பண்ண போறீங்க. Able to understand ma? Okay? Doing education, running an education institute is a proper business, correct? இந்த businessல இருந்து வர funds யூஸ் பண்ணி நீங்க வேற ஏதாவது illegal activity பண்றீங்கன்னா, the funds for that was coming from this business, correct? அப்போ obviously this is a connected contract to that illegal activity. This will also be treated as illegal. Able to understand ma? அதே படத்திலே இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் இருக்கும், பார்த்துருக்கீங்களான்னு தெரியல. அவங்க வைஃப் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்வீட் ஸ்டால் ரன் பண்ணுவாங்க, பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ரன்னிங் அ ஸ்வீட் ஸ்டால் ஒரு பிக்கல் ஷாப் இஸ் லீகல் ஆக்டிவிட்டி, கரெக்ட்? பட் அதுக்கும் அவர் பண்ணுற பிஸ்னஸ்க்கும் ஏதாவது சம்மந்தம் இருக்கா? சம்மந்தம் கிடையாது. பட் he is using that business to what? Doing what? To convert black into white. அதை யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் பிளாக்லேருந்து ஒயிட்டாக மாற்றுறாரு. Converting black into white is an illegal activity, and for doing it he is using a business as such. பிஸ்னஸ் அது பாட்டில் ஓரமாக அது நடந்துட்டு தான் இருக்கு. ஓகே, பட் சின்ஸ் தட் business is used for this illegal activity, that is also treated as a connected contract. மாட்டினாங்க அப்படின்னா எல்லாருமே மொத்தமாக கூண்டோட கோயந்தா தான். புரிஞ்சுதா? So let us try to differentiate ma. நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச differentiation let us try to recollect. Okay, in case of a void contract, whether it can be taken to the court of law? No. If I enter into contract with the minor, whether it is valid or illegal, whether it is void or illegal, void. Ma contract with the lunatic ma, void or illegal? Ma contract with the person disqualified by law, void or illegal? Void or illegal? Void. Illegal எப்போ தெரியுமா? If he is under criminal law அப்படின்னா. Able to understand ma? Then performing on a contract on which the subject is under impossibility of performance, void contract. Illegal la varuma ma? For example, I am agreeing to move the mountains. Possible ah? Impossible. Whether it will come under void or illegal? Void contracts. Able to understand ma? Ma contract to take off one person's hand, illegal ma? Agreeing to handle heroin, drugs, illegal ma? Appo void contract na, whether you are subject to any punishment? No. Maximum enna nadakudhu? Contract will go cancelled. Contract will go cancelled. But illegal contract na, it is not enforceable also. At the same time, you can be punished also, but not under contract act, but under different act. Able to understand? Now when I say you are subject to a punishment, punishment is given by law for prohibiting you. For example, we are paying 5,000 rupees fine for crossing the signal. Red இருக்கும்போது நான் பாட்டில் வண்டி எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிட்டேன் அப்படின்னா they are charging me 5,000 rupees. Now this is a fine that is put on me, punishment that is put on me. Yes or no? What is the reason for that? So that next time I will not cross the signal, isn't it? Appo law is prohibiting me from passing the red signal because of punishment. Yes or no? Likewise, wherever you are finding the intention of law to punish someone, it is trying to prohibit you from doing that activity. Able to understand? Appo in all illegal agreements, the law will try to punish you, which means the law is prohibiting you from entering into such contracts. You think the law will agree you to do some criminal activity just because neenga contract la poitanala? No, it is prohibiting you from conducting yourself into any illegal activity or criminal activity. Purinjda? Keeping that in mind, let us go see the difference between void agreement and illegal agreement. First one ma, what is the first one? Scope. Under scope, what is that we are studying? A void agreement is not necessarily illegal. Ma already படிச்சிருக்கோமா இல்ல first time பார்க்கறோமா? Already படிச்சிருக்கோம். Example சொல்லு பார்க்கலாம். இப்போதான் படிச்சோம் moving mountains. Okay, moving mountains is definitely impossible, therefore it is void, but it is not illegal. Okay, but all illegal agreements are always void because we cannot enforce it in the course of law, adhanala it becomes void. Next one, not forbidden by law, and this one it is forbidden by law. Next one ma, everyone in one single voice ma, one single voice. Yes, parties are punishment are always liable for a punishment. Next, collateral. In case of void agreements, collateral agreements are still good. Collateral are nothing but connected agreements. Okay, but in case of an illegal agreement, collateral agreements will also become void and unenforceable. Okay, last item, unenforceable contract. Now this is a new term for us. Enforceable contract now, that which can be taken to the court of law, correct? Unenforceable contract na, sir, everything is good, offer is there, acceptance is there, consideration is there, free will is also there, free consent is also there, but due to some defect I cannot take it to the court of law. Let me give you an example. Sir, I'm agreeing to sell my land to you. Selling of land, selling of immovable property will require what? Agreement. Apro. Registration. That registration should be with proper registered, sub-registered office. Correct? Both the parties should sign it. Yes. Along with the witness. So these are the 5 requirements for transferring a land to one party to another. Correct? இப்போ இது அஞ்சுத்துல ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு இல்ல, whether you can enforce it. எக்ஸாம்பிள் மா, லேண்ட் மாத்துறீங்க, ஓகே, சப் ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆஃபீஸ்ல நீங்க ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணல, ஸ்டாம்ப் டியூட்டின்னு ஒன்று இருக்கு தெரியும்ல, ஸ்டாம்ப் டியூட்டி பே பண்ணி நீங்க ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிருக்கணும். You did not pay the stamp duty and registered yourself in the registered office. அப்படின்னா the contract is good only, but because of one element you are not able to enforce it. Okay, இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள், both the parties have to sign. Yes or no? Both the parties have to sign. Ma, for a party to sign, I should be there present in person. Yes or no? Correct. What if I'm staying abroad? I'm an NRI. Okay, நான் US போய் 20 வருஷம் ஆச்சு, but still I am having my ancestral property in Chennai. I am not having any idea to come back to India. Let me sell off the property. 2 options are there. One, I should come back to India, sell the property, which will not happen in short span. It will happen usually 6 to 8 months. You know? I should make sure I am finding a proper buyer, and that buyer should agree to my price. Then there should be registration that should happen. Able to understand, ma? All this will not happen in one day. It will take some span of time, minimum 6 to 8 months. Innor option, rather than me coming to India and then doing all of this, I will put a person. My cousin is there in Chennai, my chittappa is there in Chennai, he will take care of everything. Able to understand, ma? Now think and say me, my own cousin or my own chittappa uncle can sign the contract and sell, provided one thing should be there, one paper should be there. What paper? Power of attorney. kelvipatrikingla? What is this power of attorney, madam? I am giving power to my uncle to sell the property. Yes or no? Now for that power of attorney to be valid, you have so much conditions. Just like that யாரும் பவர் எழுதி கொடுத்துட முடியாது. ஓகேவா? அப்போ ஃபாரின்ல இருக்க நான் என்னோட அங்கிளை வச்சு ஒரு லேண்டை விற்கணும் அப்படின்னா, first of all power should be given, and that power should be properly recognized, properly stamped, properly registered. Okay, இப்போ land இவர் வித்த, my uncle is going to sell off the land, he have written it, signed it, everything. But end of the day, when I go to the court of law, sir, அந்த மேடம் உங்களுக்கு ஃபாரின்ல இருந்து எவரோ பவர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்களா, அந்த பவரை காமிங்க. சார் பவர் இல்லை, can I do this? If this is done, there's a defect in it. Because of this defect, the contract is not enforceable in the court of law. Able to understand, ma? We are giving check for what purpose? To any bank and all we are giving? No. Bank கொடுக்குறோம், பிஸ்னஸ்க்கு கொடுக்குறோம், நிறைய பேருக்கு அமௌண்ட்டை ஃபில் பண்ணி செக் கொடுக்குறோம். எல்லாருமே கரெக்டாக சைன் பண்ணுறோமா? இல்லை. சம்டைம்ஸ் a small mismatch, what could happen? The check may be returned. Yes or no? If this court goes to the court of law, who has the say? It is not enforceable, ma. It is not enforceable. Why? Because this is a mistake. This is a small mistake. Because of the mismatch of signature, the check could be dishonored. Able to understand, ma? Clear? அப்போ யாருக்குமே ஃபேவரபிளா சொல்ல முடியாது. ஏன்னா bank also could have given an opportunity to the customer to sign another check. அதே போல customer also could have asked the banker, I have changed my signature, sir. 10 years back I opened this account when I was a 10th standard student. Right now I am 35 years of age. 20 years இருக்கு நடுவுல. 10th standard signature-யும் 35 yearsல இப்போ இருக்கிற signature-யும் I have to match it. Yes or no? Humanly possible? Not possible. Okay? Because of a minor defect, the entire case is becoming unenforceable. These kind of contracts are called as unenforceable contracts. Able to understand, ma? So what are the 5 types which we are studying? But let us mark what we have to write for exam. Where a contract is good in substance. Ma, contract is good in substance na enna artham? It has all the essential elements. It is very much good contract. But because of a technical defect now, absence in writing, barred by limitation, etc., one or both the parties cannot sue upon each other. And the contract, even if they sue also, the court cannot give any proper advice. Okay, so it becomes an unenforceable contract by reasons of technical defect. What is it? Technical defect. Technical defect na எக்ஸாம்பிள் இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்கிறேன். நான் ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா ப்ராப்பராக 1000 rupees ஸ்டாம்ப் பேப்பர் யூஸ் பண்ணோம். ஸ்டாம்ப் பேப்பர் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ஸ்டாம்ப் பேப்பர் 20 rupeesக்கும் வருது, 2000 rupeesக்கும் வரும், 500 rupees, any value you want you can use, correct? But for sale of land, can you use a 20 rupees stamp paper? No ma. 20 rupees stamp paper பக்கத்துக்கு போனால் கிடச்சிரும். Able to understand? அப்போ அந்த ஸ்டாம்ப் பேப்பர் யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சேல் ஆஃப் லேண்டு போகிறேன் அப்படின்னா அந்த அந்த ஸ்டாம்ப் பேப்பர் வேலிடா? வேலிடே கிடையாது, பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் டெக்னிக்கல் டிஃபெக்ட். ஏபிள் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? பட் அதர்வைஸ் எல்லாமே கரெக்டாக இருக்கா? அதர்வைஸ் எல்லாமே பர்ஃபெக்டாக இருக்கு. ஓகே, பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் சம் டெக்னிக்கல் டிஃபெக்ட் இஃப் ஐ எம் ஃபேஸிங் எனி ப்ராப்ளம், தென் இட் இல் கால்ட் ஆஸ் unenforceable contracts. Clear? So what are we studying to, Mema? No, social contracts first in itself, they cannot be enforceable by law. Obviously it will come under void. Yes, what did we study today? Yes, Harini.
In unenforceable contract, if anyone party breach the contract, means what will happen?
In case of an unenforceable contract, unenforceable na cannot be taken to the court of law. அதில் யாராவது ஒருத்தர் breach பண்ணிட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா obviously we have to suffer a loss only. No one can come and help. We are going to court for what purpose? I have to prove myself. I have to take judgment. I have to take justice for myself. Okay, example ma, you all came here to take classes, to take CA foundation classes. Now CA foundation class எடுக்காம பாட்டு கிளாஸ், செஸ் கிளாஸ், காம்படிஷன் அந்த மாதிரி போயிட்டு இருந்தேன்னா உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளோ கடுப்பாக இருக்கும். ஓகே, வாட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஜஸ்டிஸ் யூ வாண்ட் ஹியர்? To take CA foundation related subject, yes or no? Now when the contract become unenforceable, உனக்கு பிடிச்சிருக்கோ பிடிக்கலையோ, you have to sit and watch whatever class I take. Okay, you cannot take refund and all from me. You cannot take me to the court of law. அப்போ ஒரு loss sustain ஆகுது அப்படின்னா you have to sustain that loss. There is no other go for us. Okay, that is why people will not encourage for unenforceable contracts. சரியா? Okay ma, so with this we are closing the class. We are discussing about types of contracts. Under types we are discussing about enforceability. Under enforceability 5 types. One void na, valid na, agreement plus we saw a new word here. We saw a new word, binding and enforceable by law. Second one, void contracts now. Ceases to be. What is the phrase? Ceases to be enforceable. Voidable. Contract becomes voidable at the option of the aggrieved party, not at the option of the other party. Situations where a contract could become voidable, 3 situations we saw. First situation, consent was caused because of coercion, undue influence, mistake, misrepresentation, fraud, mistake. Kamil, open your mouth and answer. Now second situation where a party is prevented from performing the activity. Now in that case the aggrieved party can cancel the contract. Third situation where a specified time is fixed. Okay, within that specified time you did not come and perform, so the aggrieved party can cancel the contract. 3 situations we saw. Then we went on to understand about illegal agreements. Under illegal agreements, what is the key things which we saw? First one, the law is forbidding us. Second one, if you do, all the connected contracts are also treated as illegal and void, illegal and void. There is always a punishment that is given. There's always a punishment that is given. Now, all void contracts are not illegal, but all illegal contracts are void. Okay. Then last we came to unenforceable contracts. Unenforceable contracts wherein the contract is very good in substance. What is the word, ma? The contract is very good in substance, but due to a technical defect, it becomes unenforceable in the court of law. In the court of law. Able to understand, ma? Tomorrow's class, let us continue with the other areas. Thank you for the day. Tomorrow we have class. What is tomorrow? Wednesday, Friday. Friday, yaar class. Sorry, if at all tomorrow law class is there, come really prepared on these areas. What we studied today, come prepared. Ma'am, come prepared na chumma go through illa. Just like how you prepare for exam, you have to prepare and come. Okay, good. Solda.